Hello everyone, Miss Wallace here. Today we are going to be looking at perimeter and area of rectangles. So let's get started with perimeter. So calculating the perimeter then. So in order to calculate the perimeter, all you need to do is to add up the lengths of all of the sides, because the perimeter is the distance all the way around the outside of a 2D shape. So imagine going for a walk around the outside of the shape. I always like to think of perimeter as putting up a fence around a garden. You need to know how long it is all the way around to put your fence panels in all the way around that shape. Okay, so let's have a look at this shape here to start off with. This one hasn't given us any measurement, so I'm going to say it's been measured in centimetres. Okay, so this length is 10 centimetres, this length is 6 centimetres, this length is 10 centimetres, and this length is 6 centimetres. If we walk around the edge and add all of these together, that would give us 32 centimetres. So the perimeter of this rectangle is 32 centimetres. Now let's have a look at this shape. Okay, now this rectangle has only given us 2 measurements. But as we know, the opposite sides on a rectangle are equal, that if this side is 10 centimetres long, this side at the bottom must also be 10 centimetres long. If this side here is 4 centimetres long, then the opposite side must also be 4 centimetres long. Now, if we add those together, 10 centimetres add 10 centimetres, add 4 centimetres, add 4 centimetres, that would give us 28 centimetres. So if I was planning on putting a fence all the way around this rectangle, I would need 28 centimetres worth of fence to walk around the edge of the shape with. Okay, now something a little bit more tricky. Okay, we have got a composite shape here. Okay, now this shape, in order to work out the perimeter, we need to know the lengths of all of the sides. Now here there are 2 sides missing, so we need to work out the lengths of those sides first. Now what I do is I always imagine to push the 2 lines in the middle that are going inwards out, so it makes a rectangle. Okay, so I'm going to start by looking at the side on the right here. Okay, so if I push this vertical line outwards to here and add the 4 centimetres to the 4 centimetres that's already there, that is going to give me 8 centimetres. So that side is 8 centimetres. Now we're going to do the same with the bottom line. So I'm going to push this 8 centimetre line up so it meets on with this 4 centimetre line and add those together. 8 add 4 is 12. So that line is 12 centimetres. Now what we need to do is to walk around the shape and add the lengths together. Okay, so if we're going to add those up, so I'm starting here, so we've got 12, 8, 4 add 4 add 4 add 8, that gives us 40 centimetres. So the perimeter of this shape is 40 centimetres. Okay, now moving on to area. Okay, to work out the area of a square or rectangle, what you have to do is you multiply its height by its width. Okay, now when you write this, if the height and width are measured in centimetres, then you write the area in centimetres squared. If the height and width are in metres, you must write the area to be shown in metres squared. Okay, so let's have a look at this example first of all. So the length of this one is 5 centimetres and the height is 3 centimetres. Okay, if we times those together, 3 times 5 is 15, so the area of this rectangle is 15 centimetres squared. Let's have a look at this one. Okay, this is a square, so we know that all of the sides are 6 centimetres, but we only need 2 of them. Okay, the height is 6 centimetres, the width is 6 centimetres, so we're going to multiply those together, and that is going to give us 36 centimetres squared. Okay, now you might be asked to work out the area of a shape like this. Okay, now what you need to do, okay, is put those measurements in first of all. I always tend to split this shape up into 2 shapes to make it easier to work out the area. Okay, so I'm going to split the shape along there, and that's why I have crossed out this measurement here and this measurement here, because we don't need them anymore. We know that this length here, if I go all the way along, is opposite to this one, and it's a rectangle, so that one must also be 12, but we don't need to worry about that because we've got our 4 centimeters here and our 12 centimeters here. And this side, we don't need the full length of this because we know that this side is 4 and this side is 4. Okay, so let's work them out individually. So 4 times 4 is 16. So this square here, although it's not drawn accurately, is 16 centimeters squared. And now we're going to do 12 times 4 for this one, which is 48 centimeters squared. Now all you need to do once you've worked out the two shapes is then add them together. And that gives us 64 centimeters squared. I hope this has been helpful for you today. I hope you're all keeping well and safe, and hopefully I will see you all soon.